exhibit. If you guys look at the bottom of this pier right here, you can see what looks like melting streetlights. Kind of grayish. There's actually 3 of them there. There's one that's laying completely on the ground, and there's one that's looking over top of it, looking away from us right now. These 2 are known as, I got drunk and I fell down. So the one that's laying on the ground has got drunk and fell down. The guy who's standing over top of him is actually laughing at him because he fell over. And there's one more that's looking into the water right now. That streetlight there has an interesting feature that actually pumps water into the harbor at random times because that streetlight is peeing. So these are known as the drunken streetlights, and they are supposed to represent us Nova Scotians. I personally believe that we can hold our liquor a little better than that. However, it was a place called Sugar. Sugar is a hand-paddled ice cream shop. It's not actually part of my tour, I just really like ice cream. So my personal favorite there is vanilla bean with brown sugar fudge mixed in. If you actually go in there and ask, they will lend you a volleyball or a frisbee to use at the beach volleyball courts that we have right next door. So we have a sand, lovely beach volleyball court. As you can see, right behind those volleyball courts, there is a place called Alexander Keith's Brewery. Now they do amazing tours. There's a lot of actors who act there and reenact and do all the different tour parts. If you're over 18, you can actually try some of the samples there of your brewery. Now, Alexander Keith actually had his house permanently attached to the brewery via tunnels. This master brewer we found so everybody does it. I've done it. As a child, I actually have a scar on my left elbow from where I rolled down the wave and broke my arm on the wave during a busking festival. There is no padding all around it, so it is a little bit safer now. There's quite a big dome that's actually behind that wave. It is not operational yet, but it is about to be a 4D experience of the Blue Nose schooner. So, theoretically, no matter how the wind is coming at you while you watch a video of being on the Blue Nose itself, it's going to be pretty cool. So it is that giant dome right there. It has not opened yet, but it, I think, is opening within 2 weeks or something like that. Crossing right over here, you guys can pay $50 to go across. You get a transfer for 2 hours, 12 minutes to go across. You can travel on it for however long you can stay on it. $2.50, a little cheaper than a trip on the Silva, but you'll be my lovely company. Now, I did mention that there was more than one version of the McDonald Bridge. Now that bridge there is the 3rd bridge to have stood in that spot. A long time ago, we had a Mi'kmaq chief over in Dartmouth who had a artist. They have quite a few interesting things in there. They have the most Titanic memorabilia anywhere in the world, including the last remaining Titanic deck chair. The Titanic is only 80 nautical miles from where we are right now, so it's not too far. Now, they also have a pretty interesting ship that is a floating exhibit, and that is the CSS Acadia. The Acadia is the only ship to survive World War I, World War II, and the Halifax explosion. She is a tough old girl. They are actually looking for a new crew member on board right now. Last year, Eric the Red retired after 15 years of service. He was 22 years old. Sounds pretty good. However, he was a cat. 22 years in cat years is about 95. Eric was quite mangy. Part of his ear was missing. One of his eyes was a different color. He was mangy. Now, he did have a collar that said, "I know my way home, please just put me down." Once in a while, he would lose this collar, and somebody would take him home thinking he was a mangy stray cat. However, as their official rodent control that will efficiently wander around downtown, but always come back and catch mice, they haven't found one yet. Eric was the 5th cat on board, so we're hoping for a 6th sometime soon. Now, the last thing I'm going to point out on my tour before we have to dock here, right behind this Greenpeace ship, is a long red building. That is Murphy's restaurant and store. I'm sure some of you probably went in there to get your tickets for here today. Now, Murphy's has their hand in quite a few things. They own this boat, they own the Harbour Hoppers, Theodore the tugboat, whale watching. There's a ton of them. All kinds of different things. They are both from here. We know all kinds of things to do, places to go eat, what to see. If you guys have any questions about any of those things, feel free to come ask us. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or tips, we will be right up here at the top of the gangway to thank each of you for coming on today. I hope hope you enjoyed the sail and have a great evening, guys.
States Navy's in today.
66, 84, 5. 5 is the big.
Yeah, we'll see him leave on Monday. Cool. That's ours.
Yeah, we gotta.